we have gone to Florida a couple times. We love Florida. Like, love Florida. It's actually one of our favorite places to vacation at. But we found these little, in 2019, we found these condos that you can rent called Legacy Dunes. And we have stayed there twice.
It's like close to like Disney World, like all the parks and stuff like that. Like, what is it, like 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, 5-10 minutes. Like, I don't, maybe 15, but I don't think it's even 15
and
minutes.
There's like little like gift stores around, and there's a Krispy Kreme. I remember that.
We ate way too many. We would go through Krispy Kreme so
Well,
often.
because like it's from going to the parks. So when we came back from the parks, whenever the red light was on, we just turned in.
Yeah, and then there was a Publix right beside there too, like a grocery store. There was a Walmart.
It was in a really convenient place. But like when you're in the resort, it felt like you weren't really around anyone.
Exactly. So we're going to talk a little bit of Legacy Dunes. We're going to show you our 2 different condos that we stayed at. I kind of really wish I would have filmed the ones that are like the moms stayed at, but we didn't. So the first one we're going to show you is the one that we stayed at in 2022. It was on the 3rd floor. Here's the video of us going down to like the parking lot, and it wasn't like it was horrible staying on the 3rd floor, but when you were at the parks all day long and you come home, the last thing you want to do is go up like a whole bunch of different stairs.
It was not that bad.
I'm old. It was, I don't know, it was a long way down out, but it was good. Like, it wasn't the end of the world. Right beside our condo that we were staying at, there was a mat that said something about all guests must be approved by Autumn. And I really wanted to meet Autumn, and I never got the opportunity to meet Autumn, so that made me sad. But anyway, so we will show you, here's the video of the condo that we stayed at. And just for a quick reference, we were there for 3 weeks, and it was for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, it was $3,298 Canadian.
That is not bad.
Which is amazing.
That's really good.
Like, it's amazing, you guys. Like, you can't get a hotel with that, and not only that, it's not a hotel room. Like, it was like a 2-bedroom. No, the one that we stayed at was a 3-bedroom. Because we had a guest room.
There was like 4 beds in it, though. Like, there's 4 beds.
Yeah, and you have your washer and dryer. You can make your own meals and all that stuff. So really, like, for that amount of money, you're saving yourself so much that rather than staying in a hotel, parking was free.
And it's better than a hotel.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's the way we recommend it. We found it through VRBO, but I think that even if you just Google Legacy Dunes, they might even do their own private rentals. There are people that live there full time.
Really?
Yeah, we would watch the school bus in the morning sometimes, and pick up the kids. But yeah, it was. We highly recommend it. It's clean. It's safe. It's a gated community, and yeah. So we'll show you. This is.
I think guards walk around at night, don't they?
Yeah, there's security guards. Definitely security guards. And so yeah, here's the video of that. was nice. It had, so in the guest bedroom, there was 2 twin-size beds and a walk-in closet. Zoe's bedroom was, do you remember if it was a queen?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
And then
I was just so excited about the TV that was in there. Because, like, my room doesn't have a TV at home, but, like, I remember always asking for one.
That's funny.
And then I was like, oh my god, it's a TV in my room. And it came with, like, Netflix and stuff.
Yeah, so. And then you seem to watch a lot of Netflix on holidays. And then Zoe had her own bathroom. Well, I mean, I guess it was the bathroom that was shared for those 2 end bedrooms. But this is what the bathroom looked like. It was nice and spacious. And then the master bedroom had a king-size bed. It was really nice and comfortable with a walk-in closet. And then this was the ensuite that was right off from the master bedroom. The balcony off the living room had a hidden Mickey on it, but Zoe doesn't think it's a hidden Mickey because it was right in front of us. But hey, can you guys see it? It probably wasn't a hidden Mickey. And our view was the fountain. And then the kitchen was, I actually really liked the kitchen. It was nice. It had like the bar stools, like where you could sit on the counters. It had
another round table.
Yes, a kitchen table with
dining table.
Yeah, dining room table. We actually ate quite a few meals there.
I have this weird memory of eating like a really big pickle. I bought a really big pickle in a bag, and I had it.
Did you buy it from Disney?
I don't know.
Okay, from Publix maybe?
Yeah. It was just like a big pickle in a bag. Like you see those around.
And the living room was nice. It was pretty spacious, nice comfy couches. And then, you can see where the patio patio doors are there. That's where the balcony was. It was lovely, and we liked it. It was quite nice. The one that we stayed at was the 3rd floor. This is what it looked like on the outside. And then in 2019, back in 2019...
I have no memory of that. I think I turned 10 in Florida, didn't I? Yeah.
So we stayed at one on the bottom. So before we go in, we'll show you guys. This was the ground floor. The parking was right there. There was little squirrels everywhere.
It's so much greener than here, and it makes me upset.
So that one in the corner was ours. And
I don't know, there was spiders all over the walls.
Was there spiders all over the wall? I know there were squirrels and lizards everywhere.
Moths were on the walls.
Yeah, moths. So you gotta just go down this little hallway there. Everything is clean, as you can tell. But we had to not have stairs, which was nice. And then, so that, like right there is where our condo was, but I'm just kind of showing you guys the back. Behind the condo here, there was nice fountains everywhere.
I don't remember any of this.
Zoe was very young, so she doesn't, But there was turtles in there, and of course there was signs, beware of alligators and croc, but I've never actually seen.
No, they wouldn't come around there, I don't think. I think they just had to put down the signs.
Yeah, but proceed with caution, because there is a lot of gators in Florida. But we stayed in 14107. That was the garbage, where you put your garbage on those benches. Looked like on the outside. Same idea. Like they all kind of look the same. There's actually Legacy Dunes is a very big. You're kind of.
It's a really big resort.
They have
many apartments.
So stepping into it, Zoe doesn't remember, so I'll do most of the talking. Right to your right, there was hooks, a little closet. Actually, I don't think that was, okay, apparently I'm going back outside again. Yeah, showing you the bench and your garbage disposal, where you put your garbage for pickup. To your right, you had an ensuite bathroom. So this is where the kids stayed. Oh, never mind.
Come on,
this is the kitchen. This is the kitchen. The kitchen was kind of dated and kind of run down on this one, I thought, but it did the trick. And then it had the the washer and dryer off the kitchen, which was always very convenient. It was nice as there's little baby Zoe.
That is the grossest shirt I've ever seen. Why would I even pick that up?
You love that shirt. So this is where the kids stayed. They 2 twin-size beds in here. Yeah, there's always little Fox that she bought. There's their bathroom. They shared a bathroom. And they had a walk-in closet, which was quite lovely for them. So that was on the one side. There's little baby Zoe again. She was just so little. And then this was our living area. I actually really liked the living area. It was quite nice. And then our table, kitchen table. There's a little place to put our stuff. And this was the master, nice king-size bed. It was also very comfortable. We also had the ensuite. This is not the best video, you guys. I'm sorry. No ensuite there. And then the walk-in closet. Did you guys ever wish your babies go smaller again?
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, like you were so little. I just want to hug the little Zoe.
No,
it had a little table or a little TV on that one, but the bed was very comfortable. My favorite part of this condo was the balcony, because like this one, you could not. This one didn't have the fountain view, but I preferred this balcony because you could sit there and people watch. And we would sit out there. We would sit out on the balcony and just people watch. It was lovely. Like we'd watch cars drive in and out, and it just didn't feel so enclosed as the other one that we stayed at. And I would, read my book and drink my coffee.
Yeah, it was a lot more open. It feels like.
Right? It was definitely nicer than the being on the 3rd story with the back to the fountain and that's all you could see. Another thing that we would watch, we've got Penny, she's snoring, that we would watch from the balcony. If you guys have ever been to Florida, you know that they have some pretty crazy, what's the word I'm looking for?
Hurricanes?
Well, hurricanes, yeah, but like rain.
It's not crazy though. Like it rains like every day, but it's not like crazy. Oh, that was crazy. I forgot about that.
I just found the video, so I'll show you guys.
This was my. Okay, sorry. I just want to say this was my journal from this.
It was like, it is insane. Like it's like sheets of water, like, and it's hard to portray on the video.
It was pretty bad, yeah.
It was crazy. Like I couldn't.
That wasn't a hurricane though, was it? That was just rain.
That was just like your regular like rain shower.
It's
Maybe
not regular because the regular ones are pretty light.
But like it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I remember when we went last. It was.
And there was the lightning. Like it's just crazy. We also would watch that from our balcony.
What am I doing?
Oh my goodness, Penny decided to join. So yeah, that was our condo on the bottom floor. It was about the same price as the other one, very comparable. We had a nice living area. There's the living area there. The master bedroom was nice and spacious, lots of room. The bed was super comfortable, the ensuite right off, so that was nice. The kitchen was a little dated. It was a little run down, I'll be honest, but it still did the trick. But we did have to go and buy like a pan, a pot, and I think some knives or something because it was like really not that great. And then the kids shared this bedroom with the 2 twin-size beds. And then our lovely little balcony. It was lovely. It was nice. Yeah, but we're going to talk about how to get there. So when you get to Legacy Dunes, it is a gated community.
So drive. So lush.
It was very lush, and it's quite the drive to get in, like from the freeway to the actual condos. But it's like there's all the fountains. Yeah, it's just a really nice place. There's our condo that we stayed at in 2019. The ones that we stayed at in 2022 are farther back. It is all gated community, which means that there's Legacy Dunes. sign, but which means you need a key to get in, or key card or whatever. Yeah, it's just really quite a lovely place to stay at. It feels safe. It feels clean. It's not run down. It's quite nice. Plenty of parking, free parking if you have a vehicle to bring with you. And they're very large grounds too. Like, it's, yeah, very well maintained. And this was our parking spot every day. And then our ones that we stayed at in 2022 are just across the way there.
There was a laundromat too, wasn't there?
Was there a laundromat? I don't remember, because we had laundry in our condos.
Yeah, but I remember there was like a big building in the center, and we were trying to figure out what it was.
Let's talk about the grounds. What is there around the grounds? So we walked around.
There's benches, like swinging benches everywhere, like all along the lakes and stuff.
There was a playground. Here's a video of the playground. I think there's more than one playground, but I think this is definitely the main playground. It was, yeah.
There are snakes around. I don't think they're dangerous though.
I don't think so. I think like we found a snake twice actually. Once at the playground and once when we're walking.
It's like the little black, like the black ones.
Yeah, it's fine. I think Florida is just known for snakes, lizards, and turtles.
Yeah, there's turtles around too. There's little turtle holes.
Yeah, there is. Here's Zoe kind of going on the playground, showing you guys how much fun it is with the slides and all of that stuff. But yeah, I feel like this. Maybe there was only one playground, but there was also tennis courts. Do you remember the tennis courts?
Was there basketball? I forget.
I don't know. Maybe, probably. I would imagine it's probably.
Volleyball?
Well, volleyball, tennis court is not the same thing.
No.
Oh. There was a second pool. We'll go to talk about the first pool in a second, but there was a second pool
that
there.
That one was not as nice.
No, and it's kind of out of the way, but maybe if you want like a quieter experience with the pool, you can go there. They do have a big community. They have a gym, I think, and then they have like the big community hall, I guess, that if you wanted to like throw an event. I do believe they have that. I didn't
being dramatic.
Yeah, Penny's a little dramatic. I didn't take pictures of that or anything. Pool is the, what do they call it? The zero entry pool. It's where like it's like it just kind of like gradually gets deeper and deeper. So you can kind of just walk in. You guys want to see little Zoe when little Zoe was only 9 years old. So this was the pool. There was long chairs. It wasn't very busy. Look at little Zoe reading her book.
I was writing.
Oh, you were writing. Always writing. But the pool was quite nice. It had lots of lawn chairs. It is a salt water.
It's usually a lot more busy than that, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we just caught it with nobody here on this day. But it's a saltwater pool. Here I am telling Zoe that this is the life, and it really was. She was agreeing with me. Look at the palm trees, like just beautiful. Just really, really quite a lovely pool. I thought so anyway. Nothing fancy, but you know, it
was pretty fancy compared to some pools.
It was nice. So Legacy Dunes.
Stop.
Penny snoring, I'm sure you guys can hear her. I recommend Legacy Dunes. It's very affordable. It's way cheap.
Especially for being in the center of Florida, like around the parks.
Yeah, because it's like it doesn't take long to get to anywhere. Like, I think it's in Kissimmee. I will link the website down below or something. It's affordable. It's way cheaper than staying in a hotel, and especially if you're going to have like an extended stay where you're staying for quite a few days like we did. Like we stayed 3 weeks both time. It's nice to kind of have a place to call home at the end of a long Disney trip. And actually, to be honest, like there was some days that we just hung out at the condo.
Yeah, we didn't. We just kind of had a relaxing day.
We would just chill. We'd watch movies and she's so noisy, you guys.
If you don't like hold her, then she's just gonna snore.
She's such a baby. Like, this is our Penny, and she has been part of our lives for 7 years, and our lives have been better because of her. They shed like
Really?
crazy. They snore. They don't listen. They don't, like, they're horrible little dogs, but man, do we ever love her. Hey?
Maybe she's just the horrible one.
Anyway, that is our Legacy Dunes video. I recommend it. I think it's better than staying in a hotel, but that's just me. What do you think, Zoe? Having your
Yeah.
own space, hey? Like
hotels are just pretty standard.
And you don't have your own space in hotels. Like, Zoe,
Yeah.
both times in Legacy Dunes, got to have her own bedroom, her own bathroom, you know, just her own space. And, you know, when people get up at different times or go to bed at different times, it really is just like being at home. This dog, I swear. But yeah, and that's our recommendation to you. Stay at the Legacy Dunes if you're doing a Disney trip. And that's the
Now she sits nice.
that's the end of the road for us, and we'll catch you later.